Hey, what's up guys? It is Corinne. I know, long time no speak to. I've been just all over the place, been moving, gonna be moving again, and I haven't done a haul in forever, so you guys also haven't seen Jackie. So yeah, what I'm gonna do today is do a haul. Now, I actually picked up more plants than this since the last time I've done a haul. However, I wanted to show you these because these are some of the more cool plants that I picked up. A lot of them are rare, a lot of them are on trend, so I hope you guys stay, like and subscribe. Also, what you want to do is make sure you follow me on my Instagram account and let me know, should I start a YouTube channel just dedicated to my plants versus like doing the whole boudoir thing and then occasionally throwing in a plant video. I kind of want to show like I do more than boudoir, but I don't know if I want to dedicate an entire channel to just plants. Let me know. But yeah, make sure you follow me on Instagram at Urban Jungle Home. I have to like remember the name. But yeah, totally follow me at Urban Jungle Home. So let's get right to it. Alright guys, so the first plant we're going to talk about is this Enjoy plant. Now the Enjoy plant is something that I just more recently seen this past year, and this plant is considered a pothos. Now this particular plant I purchased from Home Depot, and these are two plants in one pot. And you know, just so we can talk about the pot real quick, this is actually from Walmart. I don't frequent Walmart too much, but I went into their plant section, or the planter section for some reason, and I found this really cool faux marble pot that was only about like, I want to say like $6. So I picked it up and I put the Marble Pothos in, the Enjoy Pothos in this pot. Now they enjoy bright indirect light, and you will notice like this beautiful white variegation on it. In order to keep this white variegation, you want to, even though it's a little like plant, you're going to want to make sure that it has bright indirect light, so you will keep this white. If you don't, the plant will turn more green. So if you're looking for like how beautiful the white and green variegation is on this, totally make sure that it's in a bright indirect area. This one grows a tad bit slower than, you know, other pothos because of the white variegation in it. Which brings me to my next plant. This is the Marble Queen. Now the Marble Queen and the Enjoy plant and the next plant I'm going to be talking about, the Manjula, they essentially all have the same properties. They are all pothos plants. They all have this beautiful variegation. The difference between each one of them is the variegation differs depending on, you know, the plant, and that's how you're able to identify which plant is which. But again, the Marble Queen, I picked it up in Austin when I went back home for $7. Normally a plant this size is like $4 or $5 at my regular Home Depot, so I don't know if it's just the one I went to was $7 or if they're all going to be $7, but I've never picked up a plant this size for $7 before at Home Depot. But again, these plants can grow in low light situations, but if you want to keep the white variegation, you definitely want to make sure it's in a bright, a indirect bright spot. So people always ask, what does bright but indirect light mean? It means that if you go into the room and you can see the sun from where you're at, that is direct light, okay? A lot of your plants don't want the direct light because it will burn the leaves. You want bright indirect light. So what that means is if you go inside of a room and it's still bright but you can't see the sun, that is bright indirect light. Yeah, this is just a beautiful plant. I would suggest anyone to have it. Alright, so now we have our Manjula. I really love this plant. It is absolutely beautiful. I love the leaves. I love how they curl. I love the wave. And this is how you can help identify if this is a Manjula versus if it's an Enjoy plant. So with the Manjula, you'll notice that the leaves are more wavy versus the Enjoy, the leaves are a little bit, have more straight edges. So this plant was also $7. I purchased it again at Home Depot in Austin. I haven't seen it any other place because I frequent Home Depot and Lowe's and a lot of my nurseries, and Home Depot in Austin was the first one to have it, so I'm super happy. This plant was actually patented at the University of Florida, which I find like super amazing. So I love how healthy and full this plant is. Out of all the pothos I purchased, because I got most of them around the same time, this one has really blown up, and I like to keep this in a really indirect area, and it has really, you know, showed off. This is a beautiful plant. The next plant I'm showing you guys is my Philodendron Brazil. Oh my gosh, a unique variegation in the leaves. So, well, the variegation will, you know, it's not always the same. What you will notice about this plant is it has like it's kind of like a forest green leaf, except right in the center, it has a lighter variegation that goes right down the middle. And that variegation goes from like light green to like a neon yellow sometimes. Like each leaf is really unique. And side note, the difference between a pothos and a philodendron is the pothos will usually have like drip ends, and not the pothos, the philodendron will have drip ends, and pothos will have more rounded ends. So that's how you can tell the difference between a philodendron and a pothos. But yeah, out of, you know, all the three pothos I've shown, my philodendron has grown really fast and very dramatically. I purchased this plant for $15 at Lowe's, and I loved it so much that I actually have 3 smaller versions of this plant, and I don't have them, but they're about the size of my Marble Queen pot, and I got those for $5 each. So I put those sporadically around the house. I will say that, again, it might be like a lower light plant, but this particular plant really enjoys, I had to put it down because this getting kind of heavy. This plant does enjoy bright indirect light, and with my smaller plants, I put it in a brighter room just to see like how it will respond, and they absolutely love it. So if you have this plant, I will tell you low light is great, but bright indirect light will make it just manifest into something absolutely gorgeous. But this is my Moonshine Sanseveria. I've been wanting to get this, and for whatever reason, it's been one of the hardest Sanseveria for me to find. I actually picked this plant up. This is 2 plants in 1 pot, but I was able to, and just if you're curious about this pot, what I normally do is I do have ceramic pots that I use, and what I do is I use these plastic pots and I put them inside with the ceramic ones, but when I go to water them, I like to take my pots outside and water them out there so they can get a little bit more of that natural humidity over the weekends, and then I like normally bring it back. With my Sanseveria plants, all of them, and I have the Moonshine, I have, you know, several different snake plants, and then I have the Mason's Congo snake plant too. I picked this one up because it had a ton of new growth in it, and whenever you pick out plants, I would suggest that you do find the plants that look the best but also have new growth, because that tells you that the plant is really healthy, it's putting up new sprouts, there's a lot of beautiful energy inside of this plant. I'm super excited for it. I can't believe it took me this long to find it. And to tell you a little bit more about this pot, if you guys are like looking for like, this is a self-watering pot, right? If you guys are like looking for really cheap pots, check out the 99-cent store. I got this pot for literally $1. Got some soil. The soil was the most expensive part, and then I put 2 snake plants in this and just created something beautiful. Now I need to find a beautiful ceramic planter that's really going to speak to this, but I like to take my time for that. That's not the most important part. The most important part is that this plant is happy and it's healthy. But yeah, I love the cream variegation on it. And again, snake plants are low light plants, and the Moonshine, you know, is no different from that. However, if you want to keep more of its like gray silver color, it is better to put, and I will speak tried and true to this, snake plants, even though they're low light, they still like bright indirect light. You're gonna hear a thing, bright indirect light, guys. So if you want to make sure that it stays at that lighter color, make sure you put it in a spot where it'll get bright indirect light. If you don't, it won't die. Your snake plant will just have a darker color to it. So it really depends on what you want and what you can kind of deal with, but I will say that this plant is absolutely gorgeous. I cannot wait to see how it grows and what it looks like when it gets bigger. This is a Monstera. Oh my god, I am geeking. Okay, so I am like, I have like pins and boards and just like save things on Instagram with my dream plants, and one of them was the Monstera, I can't pronounce the name, but I think it's pronounced Monstera Karstenianum. Sorry guys. But this plant is absolutely gorgeous. These leaves are super long. Like normally the leaves are like 2 to 3 inches, but these are like super big. These are closer to like 6-7 inches long. This plant is a fast growing plant. It does well. Like if you ignore it, make sure that the soil is moist, like not damp, but it's moist, and it will do what you need it to do. Again, this is another plant that really responds well to bright and direct light. And what I really like about the leaves is that it will grow right to the plant. This plant is a climber, so you want to make sure it's on a totem, which this one is. So this one wants to grow like up, but I just kind of like let it do its own thing because I will be moving. I don't want to like train it to do something right now until I know what the situation is. But as you can see, this plant is absolutely massive, and I purchased this from Rubal's in Dallas, and it was $25. So I know it's a really rare plant to find, but I love the jade leaves. I love how they're puckered. I love the iridescence of this color, and I couldn't be happier to have it. But again, it's kind of like the Monstera deliciosa. Like if you're looking for a fast growing plant that's going to make you feel happy because it's really responding and it will tell you in real time if it's happy or not, this is one of those plants that you want to get. The Monstera Karstenianum, whatever. Okay, I know I'm gonna get corrected in the comments below, so do your thing, girl, do your thing. This guy is humongous. Can we talk about it for a second? This is the Monstera Adonsonii, and I bought this bad boy. This is probably like a quart-sized pot, or it's an 8-inch pot, right? And this bad boy was $30 from Rubal. And if you go on Etsy or any other place, you're gonna find this plant for an easy $65 to $75. But if you go to Rubal's, they definitely have this plant for $30, and they had a lot of them. So definitely go pick one out. If I wanted to, I should have bought another one, but I only got this guy because it was incredibly massive. So this is known as the Swiss cheese plant. I know a lot of people call the Monstera deliciosa the Swiss cheese plant, but this one is the Swiss cheese plant. Again, just another beautiful grower. It grows full. I had another version of this, but the leaves, like I paid way too much for the one that I had, and then when I went to Rubal's, I just found this and I had to pick it up. There was no question about it. Well, a lot of the plants that I showed you will do well in low humidity areas. This plant is one that definitely needs to have high humidity. It will do well in it. I don't have a humidifier inside of my house, so what I end up doing is I group all my plants together so their humidity will feed off each other. I have found that that absolutely works for my plants. They do well in that, and so I'm going to continue to do that. Alright guys, so this is the one plant I have been dying to get, okay? Y'all are gonna geek out. It is the ZZ Raven. Yes, this plant is like one that has been on trend. The ZZ Raven it's the same thing as the ZZ plant, okay? But the difference is this is a really dark purple leaf that looks black. This plant, if you try to find it anywhere, it ranges on the low end from $50 to on the higher end between $75 to $100. This plant, and I think this is about like a 6-inch pot or so, this plant is $30 from them. Yes, I do not know if they deliver online because I know a lot of people are going to ask me about that. But if you check the link below, I'll put Rubal's Instagram, and I'll put their link to their website, and you can call them to ask them if they will deliver or not. The plant is absolutely gorgeous. It's been really hard to get a hold of. One of the best things about a ZZ plant, regardless if you get the regular ZZ or the Raven version of this, they are almost invulnerable to pests. Like, I put this around my plants because other pests don't want to be near this plant. I don't know what it is about it, but they just don't like it. So if you're trying to find a good beginner plant for yourself, or you're trying to find a good beginner plant for someone else, the ZZ Raven is a good idea because A, it's super rare right now, and then B, it's just easy. It's a low light plant. So while the ZZ plant can tolerate low light conditions, it does prefer to have, again, bright indirect light. Watering your plant, it can withstand irregular watering. So if you're a person who does not always follow watering regimens, or you might forget for 1 or 2 months, the ZZ plant, regardless if it's the Raven or the other one, will probably be a good idea for you. Another thing that makes the ZZ Raven pretty cool is the fact when new shoots come up, and new shoots mean like new leaves and whatnot, the shoots actually grow from the bottom, and they start as this bright green color, and then later it goes into the deep purple, almost black version of these leaves. So it's absolutely beautiful. And again, just like my other plant I was telling you about, I always look for plants that have new growth on it, because that indicates to me that the plant is happy and it's healthy, and I want to be able to continue that. There's nothing worse than buying a new plant and it's sick and it dies on you within 1 or 2 weeks. So it's like you wasted between I don't know, $7 to $20 depending on the plant. So yes, guys, thank you so much for joining me today and checking out, all of my new plant family. Now, I definitely have more plants than this that I've actually picked up, but I wanted to show you guys the more rare and more trendy plants that are out right now. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, do me a favor and link them in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe to me. Let me know if I should create a YouTube video for the plants by themselves and then just have my boudoir, or are you okay with seeing boudoir and the occasional plant video? Just so you guys know, I am not like a plant specialist. I am an enthusiast. I am a hobbyist. I love collecting plants. I have no idea how many I have right now. I'm not going to count because it might make me seem like I have a problem. But I'm not going to do that. But definitely make sure that you follow me on Urban Jungle Home and subscribe to this channel and all that fun stuff. And I will try to do a new plant tour before I leave this area that I'm at right now. I cannot wait to show you guys so many new videos that hopefully I have coming up. I will try to post something again soon and won't wait 3, 4, 6, 9 months. We're doing plant videos. But thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope y'all have a great day, and bye.